3 out of 5? Okay. Okay, yeah. If we do all 2 out of 3s, it's going to help us with time constraints. So winners, losers, and grands will be 3 out of 5, right? Yeah. All right, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense in my mind. I think that 3 out of 5, it is a nice, it's a nice luxury, but when you've got to just really cut to the chase, and we're going to be streaming a lot of games today, it makes a lot of sense to go with 2 out of 3.
Yep.
And we are a little bit behind schedule, but that is fine. And I believe what that means is we're going to stream every single game.
Yes.
And that
makes me happy. So yeah, we will have Demitus and Ned sitting down. Demitus, part of the Galloping Ghost Arcade crew, as I mentioned, sometimes the forgotten member of the crew, but also one of the most talented. Recently, just almost beat Mewtwo King's Cloud at Sm4sh, and now he'll be encountering Ned's Cloud. So assume
that was really close.
Some really good stuff there. He is number 5, I believe, in the Chicago PR.
Demitus or Ned?
Demitus.
Formerly number 5, I believe. Is this some button check or something, guys?
Yeah, clearly a button check.
All right, yeah, we're button checking. This is going to give me a little bit more time here.
No, yeah, he's got to be number 5 because you haven't released the new one yet.
Yeah, so the new one will be at the end of the season, and I think he's going to fall a little bit, unfortunately. Like, although the patches have really messed with him and his consistency. Well, actually, you know, the strange thing is his consistency has been actually not as harmed as you think, even though he's been switching characters left and right and up and down.
That's just a testament to how skilled Demitus is that he can go through a bit of character switching and still become and still maintain the highest level of Chicago Smash. On the other side, though, we have Unrivaled Tournament's own Ned, who, though...
the anime protagonist.
Yeah,
himself.
The recently decided anime protagonist of Chicago Smash 4.
That was a really, really silly thread.
Yeah, that was funny. But he's looking to shake the E2C curse actually right now. Every he at Midwest Mayhem 3 he finished 17th. He lost to K7 Bushi 2 weeks ago.
He's had a K7 block a little bit lately. I think K7 had the last 2 or 3 in a row.
Yep, and then at Combo Breaker he also lost to Killsage and K7, so also Foxes. So he's got a bit of a Fox problem.
And, well, those characters are fortunately not really involved in this matchup even in the slightest. Ned is going to be going ZSS as opposed to Cloud.
Yeah, his Cloud is probably his main, but the ZSS has made a comeback as of late. I would have to say that though Ned broke into the scene with his Zero Suit, that his Cloud has really gained him the notoriety, and that's who he used to beat Ally and Zenodo last week at Smash and Splash.
Those were all very impressive sets. All of Chicago was super stoked to see how well Ned was playing.
Yeah, that whole crowd was really behind him, and though Ally is also a Midwest boy, you know, you kind of go small to big. You know, your teammate, and then your city, and then your region, and then your home, and your country.
Yes.
And so Chicago is clearly behind Ned there, but right now it's kind of even because there's no
oh my goodness.
Here.
Okay.
We're post patch. We're post patch.
Okay, we live in. Mewtwo is a pretty comboable character, and we're going to see that those juggles coming out here.
He's got a really big body.
Yeah, he's got a butt, and he cannot lie. Oh, what's he going for? Wow!
Wow, that was really, really creative there by Ned, going with the freeze from the paralyzer to a back air. Like, he just has to know his angles on that and had it perfectly. Taking out Demitus' first stock, taking the early lead here in Winner's Quarters.
And, you know, Demitus, like, when you're playing a character as light as Mewtwo, you can sometimes feel like you're just on a timer. Like, where you're, like, if I let this extra credit get out of control, like, the game is just done. So he's got to play super, super conservative on defense right now. And, oh, yeah, Mewtwo doesn't really SD.
No. He can, but it's just
an experienced Mewtwo. And run right up and up smash.
That was great. Sliding up smash is something that a lot of Mewtwo's have been starting to utilize quite a bit. And great to get a kill. And he only took about 35% there, but now it's starting to grow.
Oh, wait, air dodge and it looked like he had fallen off the top. That Mewtwo air dodge so slippery.
Yep. Now, Demitus is going to try and leverage that Shadow Ball to try and either get really good damage or charge another one and use it for kill purposes. But so far he's missed with every single one, so that's good foresight by Ned to dodge those heavily damaging Shadow Balls.
No, I definitely agree here. And Ned, he understands the importance of stage control right now. You see that? Like, he could have gone much more aggressively at Demitus when he was off stage, but he was just deciding to wall him out with bears and wall him out with all sorts of things, and just hold the middle of the stage.
Yeah, in every facet so far, Ned has really won the neutral, so him not going out for the edge guard is actually a pretty smart call. He hasn't really had a whole lot of trouble with Demitus on stage, but Demitus looking to turn that around right now. He's been holding control for the last like 20 seconds or so.
Yeah, as soon as we say the table's turned, but he just reads the double jump. Wow, Ned got the star sense. He's going to take that game 1.
Yeah, and that's really important for Ned because that means that even if Demitus takes game 2, he's going to have the counter pick in game 3. That's how it works in Smash. That's how it works in a lot of fighting games. Is that first game is oh so important. Now I've heard from different sources that like Mewtwo on Battlefield may or may not be the best character in all the game.
Well, you know, Cloud does exist.
True.
That is a thing.
But Cloud's kind of good on every stage.
Yeah, Cloud is good on many, many, many stages. But we're going to see here. Oh, he goes to FD. Huh. So he's staying away from the battlefield. Doesn't want to give platforms back to Ned.
Yeah, I mean, that's not an unintelligent call.
I mean, you kind of see the way that Demitus has been playing here, where he's just kind of trying to take as much advantage of the space as possible.
Sure.
With Shadow Ball, with spacing neutral airs safely when he can. And, you know, platforms can mess with that. Like, if he's trying to do, like, full hop nairs and, like, nairs falling when he's, like, almost as a landing option, falling nairs in a way that they auto-cancel. And that's something that is harder to do on Battlefield than Air Town and City, where those platforms can get in the way of it, and then you can get punished by a Ned up air to, you know, Imagination.
Yeah, that's a really good point there, Sturm. One thing, though, that is kind of going against Demitus' pick right now is that Ned has been able to read every jump that he's been making. He has nowhere to escape to. Ned has just been following him and chasing him across Final Destination. Right now, though, you know, it's still pretty even, but as we saw in Game 1, Ned killed with 2 back airs. There's no reason that he, with how good he's been on the hunt here, he couldn't
Oh my
do the same.
goodness. That up air might be the first one he landed actually in quite some time in this match, and it's so fresh that the stock is just going to fly away. But there it is. Demitus answers right back with a falling forward air. The Koopa Claw, so strong.
Not taking a even bit of damage. That's really important. He took a lot of damage right like in the Game 1 first or second stock. So it's important that he maintains that low percentage. Mewtwo, even though he got a wave buff, still pretty light.
Ned is starting to sniff out Demitus' shield a little bit. Like to see him really finding those grabs in situations where ZSS really has no business grabbing, because ZSS's grab, I mean, it's a great landing. It's a great way to catch landings, just as we saw right there.
Right.
However, as a to react to someone's shield, it's really hard to get away with because it has such a long animation.
And I have to say that though in the first game Ned really controlled the pacing via stage control, Demitus has actually found himself in center stage quite a bit here, and that's actually caused him to keep his game much closer than Game 1 was.
That's the way he wants to play FD here, is, you know, use that Shadow Ball. That Shadow Ball almost caught the neutral get up, which definitely would have been stock.
Yeah.
And that neutral there sneaks out, though.
Goes to the side B, doesn't really get it. The reason he throws out the side B there is because it has pretty safe metrics on shield. Like, there's not really any way for you to punish that. And if it does hit,
especially when spaced as well as he's spaced.
Yeah, and that's Ned to a T though. You know, that's his zero suit. Is very, very well spaced almost all the time.
And yeah, this is almost vintage Ned.
Yeah, this is like I kind of got transported into like a time machine suddenly watching him pull up the ZSS.
Back to like December of last year. I mean, that many, many aeons ago of December of last year.
In Smash, that's a lot of time.
Dude, yes. It's like the history of Chicago Smash 4 is kind of storied at this point.
Yeah.
There's like eras. I kind of want like to get a Smash historian to really document.
Oh, but the Shadow Claw is going to take it.
Very well spaced there. Now it was Demitus' turn to read the jump. Oh man, you are just God. Argus Holsteiner Lager. Cheers, Joe. Oh, this was the best option. This is the correct. This is like a little chocolate.
So we are exactly 2 games into the summit, and Sturm has a beer.
Yep.
That's how it's going to be today, guys.
And it's already Game 3. I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of Game 3s.
Yeah, this is the best of the best. This is why we call it the summit. This is all of the people who climbed their way to the top.
And it's going to be a fun ride, guys. I hope you're sticking around all night.
Make sure you tweet out the stream. I know we have some competition today, but there's always that thing called multi-twitch that we appreciate you using.
And last I heard, LTC was having internet issues.
So, and who wants to watch Apex? Because, you know.
Well, Super Locals.
Well, that's the only reason I want. I know, SGK is the homie. And she's going to actually be at Midwest Mayhem 4, but we are not there yet. What we have here, though, is Game 3 between Demitus and Ned. Ned's sticking with his Zero Suit the whole way here.
I would have actually liked to see like a Battlefield Cloud kind of switch. However, instead he picks Duck on, grabs him. Did you see that?
That was incredible.
Whoa!
Wow, and that was absolutely insane by Ned there.
Grabbed him from one of the treetops to the other, and then gets the death combo. Okay, Ned clearly knows his counter pick better than I do.
Yeah. how dare we question?
Yeah, there you go.
Now, one thing I have noticed from Demitus here is that whenever Ned has been going for grabs, he has, instead of being, like, whenever Ned whiffs one, he's been, like, rolling back and playing it really safe as opposed to going into punish. Now, we saw really the first punish from Demitus there on one of those. He's playing a little bit afraid, I would say, of Ned's grab game, so he's going to have to try and get over that really quickly here because he's not getting a whole lot of opportunities to punish.
And Mewtwo has a pretty easily punishable roll, and so if he's trying to use roll to get around those grabs, it's not going to be as effective because that hitbox just lingers forever. As well as the spot, like in general, that ZSS grab can actually just beat spot dodges on its own. So it's a tricky, like it's a trickier thing to get around than I think. However, there are options.
Yeah, I mean, he's got that big old tail, but he rolls right into that. Oh, and Ned just barely misplays that. It's grab here. Not going to be a kill, though, but he's going to get him an edge guard situation.
And another neutral get up, sneaking just barely by it. But up throw here, that's going to put Demitus on the board. He's one stock away from moving on to winners semifinals.
They both are actually, though. Demitus, on the other hand, at 87%, a back here towards the edge.
We've seen what Demitus can do with stage control, though, so Ned cannot let this slip away.
And that's right now.
But draw up B! Out of shield. I don't even know if that's out of shield.
Oh, but another good read on the following. Again, Ned just absolutely hunting this person down. Demitus not able to even get away for a second.
So persistent. Ned, he just saw that, like we were saying, he couldn't let this one slip away, so he just turned on the gas and hit 0 to 60 in 2 seconds.
Just, you know, hit the Fast and Furious NOS, where they're already in 6th gear, but they downshift again and hit the NOS.
Man, he was pressing all those buttons. Those were good buttons. Good buttons.
Solid buttons he pressed. So next, after that, we saw that victory there from Ned is going to be E2C's own Tyro.